I'm Dr. George Flynn, and today we're going to talk about the great thing that's happening, online learning. Well, great and maybe not so great. People are having online schools, online colleges, online courses, online Zoom meetings, online GoToMeeting meetings. Everything's going online, and it's related to COVID-19. It's related to social distancing. It's related to all of the things that keep us apart. But we've got to talk about the great pluses of online learning. The pluses are the students get the information, they can talk with the teacher, they get feedback, they do all kind of great things with this online learning. But still, it doesn't seem to be a great substitute for in-person learning, because with the in-person learning, you get social skills. You get a way to, have differences and resolve those differences rather than just, say something online and done. And a lot of things you cannot really palpate as far as the feeling of people. You know how you get around some people and you can tell if they're in a bad mood or if you can tell if they're in a good mood. You might be able to do that online, but it's a little harder, especially if you're young and not really, paying attention to the nuances that are going on around you. Well, first of all, with the online learning, the main thing we've got to do, and this is talking about students, this could be talking about you, this could be talking about anyone that's doing online computer or online some kind of video learning. First thing is your posture. That's right, your posture. If you're sitting on the floor and your computer is on the floor, or your whatever kind of smart pad or whatever kind of pad it is, iPad or one of the devices is on the floor, your screen, you're in pretty poor posture. You're hunched over, you're maybe tilted one way or the other, who knows? And if you're lying in bed, turn on your side one way or the other, trying to watch the screen, and you're on one side and the screen is a different way, and it just messes up your brain. Your brain has to take the screen and turn it around and get it in where the format that the eyes and brain are usually processing it, and then you have to process it. You can do it. It's no question you can do it, but it slows things down a little bit in your internal wiring. Just like trying to read something upside down or read something in a mirror. Just rotating at 90 degrees makes it a little harder. So where you're doing this, if you're sitting on a floor or if you're lying in bed on your stomach looking at the screen, your neck is tilted really far back, it affects your posture. So how and where are you watching this screen? And it is suggested that you watch it sitting at a desk. And we'll talk, or at the table, with you sitting, the screen in front of you. That's one thing. Now, how do we do this? The screen should be set up properly. And you say, well, the screen's right there, it's set up. No, the screen should be set up where it's at your eye level. That may mean that you have to put some books under your computer screen, or you may have to put a stand or some kind of thing where that screen, when you're looking straight ahead, you're looking at the center of that screen, not down, not up, not right or left. You're looking straight ahead at the center of the screen. Now that will help you get across the best posture and not develop what's called tech neck. Tech neck means you're extended forward, your chin's forward, and you develop poor posture. Because your head weighs about 8 pounds, and it's sitting on this top of your spine. And if it's sitting in front, the spinal muscles have to pull it back to keep it from falling down. So it stretches your spinal muscles posteriorly. It can stretch all your muscles. It just causes a mess. It's called cross posture syndrome. So we want to make sure that you are sitting up, your eyes are level with the center of the screen, and that you remember, put the books there. That's one of the most important things you can do for the kids. And we'll get to the other part of that in just a minute. This is something that I cannot believe anyone has not put this together, but they don't seem to have put it together yet. Okay, when you're sitting and your eyes are right at the center, you want your forearms, your legs, your upper legs, and your chin to be level. Not looking down, not looking up. You want your chin to be level, your forearms to be sitting where they're level, where the height of the table is level, for your feet on the floor, your upper legs are level. They're all level. That is the perfect posture so that you don't do damage to your spine, to your joints. That's what you want, because that keeps you balanced. And in order to think, you want to have balance. And I don't mean balance by balanced diet. I'm talking about physically balanced. Okay, so there we are. We've got our screen. Make sure that your children or you take a break from that screen about every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes. Can you imagine? You remember going to school, or if you're in school, you go to school physically, you're in there, you're fidgeting around, you're moving around, but if you're in front of that screen, you're not moving. You're not fidgeting. They even have sensors on there that can tell when your eyes are looking at the screen, when they're looking somewhere else. And so there are monitors there. But you can fidget around. Remember in the school, we would all get up and run around, go get our pencil sharpened and everything. Take a break every 30 minutes and move around. Don't just sit there with your eyes closed at the screen. You get up, you move around. Go get a drink of water, a snack, go run around the block, go do something. Run around the room. Get that pent-up energy out. Because, 4, 5, 6 hours a day in front of a screen, I think effectively when you're in school, you may be in class maybe 3.5, maybe 4 hours a day, maybe. In class, in effective class. The rest of the time you're, lunch, you're changing classes, you're doing something else, but you're not on focus for those complete 6 to 8 hours a day. And that's what we're expecting from kids and adults. It doesn't work that way. You need to take a break about every 30 minutes and get up and do something. That helps your brain process what you've learned and helps it get ready for new information, new material. Keeps your brain thinking better. And that's what it's all about. That's what the education is about. So once you've taken that break, remember to take and do some stretches. And one stretch is you can put your hands like this and put them together, then put them apart, put them together, put them apart, hold them apart as long as you can, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Then put them together, hold them together. That gets your upper neck muscles, back muscles moving, because when you're in front of that screen, you're sitting there focused on it. And all the tension that goes from the learning experience is centered right here in your neck. So you want to move around and get everything freed up so you don't become all tense and worried. And make sure that there's another exercise called the chin back exercise, where you pull your chin back, not up, but pull it straight back and hold it there. Just put your finger on it if you have to. And teach your kids this. Pull your chin back about 15 seconds and hold it about 15 seconds. And do that about 5 or 6 times. So those are some of the main things that I want you to make sure that you're doing when you're learning all of this. Just make sure that your desk is cleaned off and it's stable. Make sure the computer is up at eye level and you have all your working materials. And if you clean the desk, it will be so much nicer than having papers and everything all around. A clean desk will help you learn better because there's not so many distractions. Well, here's one thing I really wanted to talk to you about also. And I don't know why anyone has not put this together. What do you do when you feel bad, when you feel depressed? How do you act? Well, one of the things you can do is you hold your head down and you look down and you don't look up, and you kind of just there with your shoulders slumped forward. And what's been found, that if you're depressed, your body goes into that physical form, that physical shape. So if you're depressed, your head's down, you're looking down. If you're happy, your shoulders are back, your head's up, your chin's up. You remember, keep your chin up, your chin's up, and you are happy. Now, that is, if you're depressed or happy, your body normally goes into those states. What happens if your body goes into that state, head down, like you're looking at a screen, shoulders slumped forward, like you're looking at a screen, and what happens? Your body says to your head, hey, I'm in a depressed mode, and your head said, well, I don't feel depressed. It said, you are depressed because your body is in that form. Remember, the two talk back and forth, the head and the body. So the head says, well, the body's in depressed mode, must be depressed. So let's get depressed. Let's follow the leader. So you got to remember, we're talking about why are people so depressed? Why are they so depressed? Because they've gotten into the physical being, the physical, just the way you act, the physical head down, shoulders forward, slumped down, not smiling, just sitting there watching the screen. Head up, eyes forward, shoulders back, doing exercise. That's going to help cure that depression that all the students are seeming to get. We keep saying, oh, it's them not being around their friends, oh, it's their lifestyle disrupted. No, that's part of it, but a great part of it is they're going into the physical characteristics of depression. And when they get into the physical characteristics of depression, their mind says, we must be depressed. Let's get depressed. Put out those chemicals, those norepinephrine and epinephrine and serotonin and all of those. Adjust those to depressed mode because the body says we're depressed, so we must be depressed. Now, if you can keep that in mind and you can change that posture of those kids, of you, of your kids, to where the eyes are straight forward, arms are straight forward, feet are on the ground, take breaks every 30 minutes, you'll find that the mood of the kids, the mood of the adults, the mood of everybody will go up because you're not going into that physical posturing of depression. So remember that. That's how important this is. It's important not only to the kids and your ability to learn, it's important to your ability and the kids' ability and your family's ability to stay upbeat. We got enough things going on. We need to stay upbeat, and this is one way you can do it. I'm George Flynn. Thank you for watching. Remember, keep your eyes up, keep them level with that screen, and stay happy with it. Thank you, and see you next time.